promoting them or who's promoting the show. It's, you know, beating the guys that people think are on top of the pound for pound list or on top of the world and you know, beatable. Because I know I could beat all these guys.
Hey, what's up, Mikey? Over here.
Yeah.
A while back in a couple of videos with Ellie, you kind of jokingly, you know, humored the idea of fighting Keith Thurman. That's a guy already on this side. It's not, there's no politics in the way. You mentioned 47. I'm just wondering, as a fan, at the end of the day, is Keith Thurman somebody you would get in the ring with?
I would do it. And honestly, if it's a good fight that the people, media, and the network want to, you know, discuss, I'm open to discussing that too. He's a great champion, great fighter. You know, he's a unified champion at welterweight, so that'd be a great matchup. You know, great accomplishment. You know, big challenge. But that's what we want. That's exactly the kind of fights that we want. We want a, you know, big challenge. And if I want to be remembered in the sport, you know, those are the fights that you got to take. I could take easy fights, easier fights. You know, fighting top contenders, but you know, fairly easier fights. But that really doesn't do anything. The fans won't recognize you, won't remember you. You know, it's not gonna help build the legacy.
Congratulations on the win, Mikey.
Thank you.
You had to know that you were given a pretty confident salute with the glove at the end of every round. I'm sure you thought you were up pretty wide at the end. Going through those last 3 or 4 rounds, and maybe you hit on it earlier about the uppercut, but did you think there was any extra gear, anything that that Broner could get to upset what you had going on?
It was, I think, maybe the 9th or 10th round where my brother kind of warned me, and we expected Broner to finish strong. Like I said, he finished other fights real strong, so my brother kind of told me in the corner, look, he's losing the fight. They're gonna send him with everything he's got. They're gonna send Adrian to try to knock you out, try to, you know, back you up and beat you up like that, because he's losing, and he's got no other option. But I didn't give him that opportunity because I kept working behind my jab, kept circling around him. At that point, I wasn't even looking for a knockout because y'all don't need it. You don't need the knockout. You don't need to be brawling with Adrian Broner like other fighters like Marcos or Sean Porter. You know, I was able to box. I was expecting him to come more aggressive in those last rounds, but I was able to pick it up that little bit more. My activity was just a little bit, you know, faster and better than he was, and I didn't give him that opportunity.
Were you aware of how the crowd kind of shifted over the course of the fight, and towards the end of it, it seemed like the house was totally pro Mikey?
You know, yeah, we had I think it was like a 50-50 there. You know, he had a lot of fans too. So, I mean, I don't let the fans affect my performance or get in, you know, in my head and you know, in any way affect my fight and my game plan. But at the end, you know, I think everybody appreciates, you know, a good boxing, you know, display of boxing, and they can appreciate what I did in the ring. And maybe I want some more fans tonight.
Go ahead.
You know, if you fight one more time before the end of the year and you get another big win, I would say that you're in the running for Fighter of the Year. Is that something you care about or think about as you pick your next fight?
I would love to fight another fight before the end of the year. I hope I can get another date. I really want to get another date. You know, being 2.5 years off, you know, like I said, I want to come back and I don't want to waste any more time. If we get the right matchup, you know, I possibly would be considered, you know, Fighter of the Year and all that, and that'd be just another accomplishment in itself. It's not my goal. It's not my primary goal right now. But if I'm able to accomplish that too, well, you know, that'd be one hell of a year for me.
So, Mikey, at different points in the fight, Adrian was going back, Adrian was moving forward, and you adapted to all of it. Obviously, you're a very versatile fighter, but do you generally have a preference about whether you like a guy to come forward at you so you can counter at him, or whether you like to go forward yourself to break holes in his defense?
I don't really have a preference, but it seems to me that most of the time guys like to come forward against me, and they might think that I'm nothing special. When they see me outside on TV or they see me from outside the ring, they feel, oh, that guy doesn't do anything. Look, he just stands right in front of you. Simple jab in the right hand. So they might think that coming forward might affect me. but I'm able to make those adjustments. If they want to move around, well, I can walk forward little by little. I can cut the ring. I can do other things too. And it's just subtle little things that I do that allow me to always be effective. I don't have a preference, although I am a little more defensive oriented most of the time. But even going forward, I got my guard up. I'm very aware of punches, oncoming punches, and I'm not just being wild out there either. I'm always very defensive, even going forward.
Mikey, you just made a reference to the fact that Porter and McDonough beat him by brawling. And when you said you were the better boxer before this fight, I'm not sure that a lot of people believed you. Was it that much more rewarding that you got in there and you seemed to beat him in every aspect, particularly in boxing?
Well, I tell everybody, people still haven't seen everything of Mikey Garcia. And a lot of people thought that I would have to brawl and push Adrian Broner back and keep him against the ropes like Marcos and Sean Porter had success. But I knew I'm a better boxer than that. And it's not necessarily sweeter, to show everybody that, but I knew what I got to do. I knew what we had to do to win, and we don't need to brawl. I knew I could beat Adrian Broner at a distance that allows me to work without getting hit. If we trade punches, well, I'm also playing with danger there because he could also bang. He could also, land a shot, and we don't want to give him that opportunity. So I was able to work at a distance that best fit me and allowed me to work and come out fairly clean with no punishment and win every round.
How does this rank?
Mikey?
It's one of the top performances. I think it was a very good performance. My last victory was a great knockout, and today I showed great boxing skills.
Mikey, how would you rate Adrian's power?
Okay, right in the back. How would I rate Adrian's power? I don't really get a chance to feel it. He landed some good shots to the body. I could feel him letting his hands go real hard when he was letting his hands go to the body, but none of that really landed flush. And some of the shots that he landed upstairs were not flush either. I wasn't even able to land a solid right hand like I had in the past against other opponents. He was able to duck down a little bit enough to avoid it. I landed some solid straight punches, but nothing completely just flush. I don't know if he could even say that he felt my power either, because like I said, nothing was solid like that. But I did feel him let his hands go. I was able to block some of those punches, and you could feel the power. I was just, very well prepared and didn't get caught on the body or upstairs with something real flush. Well, thank you very much, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the night.